Hey folks, welcome back to the Portable Gamer, welcome back to Spintires Mudrunner, and welcome to, this is a different map that we're on, and I'll tell you what's going on. We were on Grizzly Creek, Grizzly something was Grizzly, and we are now on Mount Logmore. And it's a bit of a mess right now, but we're going to get everything sorted out here in a second. And let me tell you, well, let's get rolling here. Man, it has been a day. It's been a YouTube day. It's been a gaming day. So we're in the H1 Alpha. This was the vehicle that we picked. And the other vehicle that we picked is the Chevy Bison. And then there's some other vehicles on the map, you know, like it comes with. But let me tell you what happened with Grizzly Creek and how that all turned out. So when we left off, we had delivered one load of logs. One load of long logs, and then we had loaded a second load of medium logs in the trailer on the let me get up to the top of this hill and I'll check and I'll remember when I see it. The Western Star, which is the big rig that can go off-road. And then we had the Freightliners that cannot go off-road. However, they can be equipped with either a loader and a trailer, or they can be equipped with various things, but they can't go off-road. But the Western Star can. So I delivered the logs that were on the Western Star, and then I went back and towed one of the Freightliners into the log pit, hauled a bunch of logs up to the log pit with the skidder, loaded them, medium and short logs, and then took everything over and just kind of staged it right by the lumber mill, right by the sawmill, but I didn't take it in. I started the recording, and everything was going great. I started that recording, I finished that map, I dropped off the logs. Bouncy. Get some, Alpha. I dropped off the logs, everything was cool. I started this map, Mount Logmore, and I was about 30 minutes in, and I looked over and I saw that my audio had stopped recording. I play the game and I capture the game on one laptop, and then I record my audio through Cakewalk on another laptop, and then I sync them together afterwards in kind of a process. But there wasn't no process because that dang old Cakewalk quit on me. And I was just so, I have to say, I was just kind of over it at that point. And part of it was the tech, you know, you get into it with the tech, and part of it was the game, I have to say. Part of it was the sim. This is really different using the skidder and everything, and I was kind of over it. Now, as I was prepping this map, I saw another piece of equipment that I've not seen before and haven't used before, which is the forwarder. And my big, not complaint, that's maybe too strong a word. It's close though. It's close. My big complaint, where are we going now? Turn up here and get the Ford going. Okay. My big, maybe call it a little bit of a learning curve, is, you know, using that skidder, because I'm so used to just pulling big trucks on the base map, pulling the big Russian trucks right up to the log kiosk, loading them with the crane that's on the truck, and then delivering them. So that's kind of a new process for me to use the skidder. And as far as how they spawn and everything, like how the logs spawn, I'm not opposed to it. I'm just really not used to it. And so it's, you know, but I think I'm getting the hang of it. And I think some of it is going to come down to learning the equipment. Some of it's going to come down to using that forwarder. I think that will change things a lot. Now, I don't know if we can load that forwarder at the log kiosk and drive it all the way, because it looks like kind of an off-road vehicle, and maybe that, like, the net time that we spend will be less if we drive that off-road vehicle on the highway all the way to the sawmill, one load at a time, rather than, you know, taking logs to the log pit. I don't know. I'm easy. I don't know. And the other thing on Grizzly Creek was you have to kind of circumnavigate. You have to drive around the entire perimeter of the map on the highway to deliver a load of logs. And it takes like a full night cycle. And it uses almost a full tank of gas. Oh, did I just see we can refill fuel? Yeah, I did see that. I'm going to do this now. Fill up. Roof trunk. fill that up too. We're going to fill up everything because I'm really not worried about points right now. I just want to like be successful on this map. So we're discovering watch points right now and trying to get everything opened up. Wow, it's already 2:30, 2:45, 14:45. So I think we're going to get benighted here. But it's different. It's very different than base game. We're looking for a watch point. I think it's right there. Should we risk it? Oh, this is how we got in trouble in the F-150 when we got stuck in the tree. All right, I'm going for it. So, yeah, it was just the game itself was challenging, and then the tech was challenging as well. And to have Cakewalk crash and not notice it, and basically just be like, all right, I'm going for it. I'm doing a little mad gaming right now. Doing a little mad gaming. Get up there. Get up there. Get up there. Oh. Okay. Sweet. Oh dear. That stings a little bit. No worries. Okay. Let's see. Set break and let's see where we are on the map. We can probably just go straight, more or less, and get on this highway to our left, which is also east. Okay. Let's go down this crazy hill. Oh. So, oh dear. Oh dear. So yeah, it was. Oh man. It was a trying morning. But you know what? It's still just gaming. Oh dear. And everything's gonna be cool. Everything's gonna be cool. Maybe. Maybe not. So that is what's going on. In other gaming news, a couple of weeks out from Farm Sim, still waiting on Beyond the Baltic Sea and ETS. And I think that's about it. I think that's about all that's going on. So, yeah, kind of a slow week for gaming. But what can you do? You know? What can you do? This is, I guess, Spintires at the moment, I guess, having sort of modified my expectations between sessions. I'm seeing it a little differently right now, but I still have to say it's going to take me a little getting used to for this new style of logging, because it seems like there's a lot more logging on the American DLC and a lot less driving in the mud. There's logging and there's driving on the highway, and I have to say I don't really enjoy either one of those things. That's not for me. I like driving in the mud, so maybe it'll grow on me. I don't know. I mean, it's not bad. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just different, and I'm trying to decide if it's good different or not good different. But at the moment, it's still new and novel, and that's always fun. This is a garage, but it's still locked, still closed at this point. Now we've got the Bison, but there was a little section of highway that is muddy, and I don't think we're going to be able to drive the Bison up that, so we may need to tow it with the Western Star. And I don't know, I feel sometimes like this whole game, the way that it's set up, like the vehicles that you start with and where the blocks are. Is there a watch point up there? There is. Aha. Where the different gates are that you can't go through, and like various, stuff. I feel sometimes like it's a big puzzle, and if you do it in the right sequence, I wouldn't necessarily say that it's easy, but like it works the way it's supposed to if you do it the way you're supposed to. So as far as like where the fuel bowser is and what sequence you use the vehicles in, I feel sometimes like I'm doing it wrong. I'm doing it wrong. Where's the map? Is it? Okay, it's right on the watch point. Okay. So let's just go here and turn and see if that takes us to it. So you get what I'm saying. I feel like I'm doing it wrong and making things harder for myself than I need to. And like maybe it's in the tutorials. I don't know. I don't do tutorials. You know me. I just get in there and start whacking at it. A bit of a whacker. But that's how I like to learn things. So maybe if I did the dang old tutorials, it'd be like, oh yeah. Oh yeah. We're high centered on this tree, I'm pretty sure. This trunk. So, get up there. Yeah. Let me tell you a story about the Alpha. The H1 Alpha. So, this was a thing in America, like, I don't know, it's got to be like 20 or 30 years ago with Schwarzenegger had one, and yeah, it was like the Reagan years, you know, and then we invaded Iraq the first time, and you know how Americans do. And let's take this right down here. I think I see a little tiny road right there. You know how we do. And people were wearing camo, and everybody wanted to drive a Hummer, even though it's a kind of a ridiculous vehicle to like drive around Santa Monica, but whatever. Americans aren't known for their discretion. That's not a road. It's like a cliff. Culvert. I think we might be in trouble. I ain't scared. Okay, so first we're gonna start our truck. And we want to, oh yeah, that's not good. Oh dear. Okay. So first, let's get off the tree. Okay. Now, I have a feeling as soon as I release this, it's just going to drop me back into this tree. But I think I want to be one tree over. You know what I'm saying? I think I want to be, like, can I go, you know what I'm saying? Yes. Maybe I can, maybe I can. So if it does drop me, I want it to drop me, like, right there. Yeah, instead of on the other side. Okay, as soon as I do this, I have a feeling it's going to drop me into this tree, but let's see. Okay, okay. So we back up. Now we gotta winch it back up the hill. You see where I'm trying to get to. Trying to get right there. Now, can I? Maybe. Okay, we're going to try to do this in one shot. Don't know if it's going to work. Put it in the right gear. Nope. This is very, you know what I'm saying? How about if I go over here? Come on. Yeah. You got it? You got it? Not exactly where I wanted to be. Now if I release, am I going to fall backwards into that culvert? I would like to back up. Yeah, let's try that. And cut the wheel. Put it in reverse. And let's see if this works. All right. Like I almost planned it. Sweet baby Jesus. Okay. So, check the map just to see where we are. We got one more here. Man, I'd like to get repaired before we go there. No, screw it. We'll be irresponsible. Here we go. Ton of damage. So everybody wanted one of these, even though they're a ridiculous vehicle. And some people actually got some. So, that's the first part of the story. Second part of the story is I used to live in Moab, Utah, out in the desert. I was a bicycle mechanic there. And at the time, Moab was like the mountain bike destination, maybe of the whole world. Like it was crazy where people came from to ride at Moab. It's very unique riding. Nothing else like it anywhere in the world. And there's some long trips out in the desert. And one of those trips is the White Rim, which I believe is 140 miles, 140 or 114. It's long. It's a long day. Some people do it in one shot. It takes like 10 hours. It's crazy. But you need to be supplied. You need to be supported because you're out in the desert. And it's very dry, obviously. Very hot. So some people take a support vehicle. Some people will go out on a quad and like cache water. You know, leave little coolers of water all along the trail, and then they just refill as they come by on their mountain bike. Whatever. Some people do it in 2 or 3 days. Oh, it's a scene, man. It's a proper scene. So you can ride, like you can do a day ride, start at 9 or 10 in the morning, but you don't want to do the white rim that late. You got to start the white rim at like 3 o'clock in the morning if you want to do it in a day. And even then, a lot of people don't finish it. So, oh, it's right there. Past it. Oh, that looks good. That looks good right there. And we're going to go in here in the trees. We may, you know how we do. We may have some problems. Oh, no. No, we won't. So that's it right there. Is it not? Is it not? That's it right there. Beautiful. Get up over that. Get up over that. Ah, lovely. Okay. Now do we even need this thing is the next question. So let's get turned around and get back here. And we can drive right back to our bison. We got 2 bison. Okay. So, like 9 o'clock in the morning, these guys come into the shop, like 5 weekend warriors, fat guys, obviously not athletes, not avid cyclists. And they come in and, you know, you work in the shop, you work in the industry, you ask people, you know, what are you going to ride today? Where are you headed? And Moab, I mean, to this day, Moab still, like, people die in Moab. It's kind of a brutal place. Speaking of brutal. Turn, damn it. People get killed there. People die from exposure, and it's the real deal. Can you tell I'm gaming angry today? This is me gaming angry. I'm kind of over it. Kind of over this game, I gotta tell you. So, you ask people where they're headed, they say, we're going to do the white rim. And we're like, what, like tomorrow? And they're like, no, man, we're going right now. Like, you missed your start time by about 6 hours. Like, you cannot do the white rim today. And they say, no, it's fine, we're from Wisconsin. And we're like, yeah, I don't understand. Like, you cannot do the white rim in a day. I don't care where you're from. When you start at 9 o'clock in the morning, it takes, 10 hours. You can't do it. Forget it. And they say, no, it's fine. We have an alpha. We have an H1 alpha. And we're like, well, A, that doesn't change anything. And B, you can't fit that thing through. Because there are some cracks on the white rim that you can't fit a big truck through, to the point where if you're being supported by a truck, even by like a big pickup or something, they'll drive in with you as far as they can go, and then your riders are going to continue on the white rim. And your support crew is going to give them everything they can carry, and then the support crew is going to turn around, drive back as fast as they can, get on the highway, drive all the way down to the other end of the trail, and then head in again to meet the team, meet the riders. Make sense? Because you just can't get through those cracks. So now what do we want to do? Let's where is our skidder? There's our skidder, and there are our logs. Let's get the I don't even know where our log pit is this time. That could be a log pit right there. What about down here? Don't know. Let's get in the Western Star and see. Oh, you know what? Let's not do that. Let's open our other garage. So we want a trailer hitch. No, I said we want a trailer hitch. There we go. And we want the utility semi-trailer. Yep, that's enough to open a garage. So right through here, this is, I don't know if we're going to be able to get through here, but we're going to try. And then, we got to go all the way around. Okay. So then we got to go here and then here. And we may run out of fuel and have to bring fuel to this to this rig. Which way are we going? We're going this way. Is that right? That looks all right. Okay. So we tell them you're not going to be able to fit an Alpha through some of the cracks on the white rim. Like, it's just not. It's not going to make it. And they say, "Oh, you don't understand. It's an Alpha, okay? It's an H1 Alpha. It's a Hummer, okay?" And we're like, "All right, okay." It's sort of the same way they said we're from Wisconsin. Like, that changes anything. You know, you can't do the white rim in a day if you start at 9 a.m. No, you don't understand. We're from Wisconsin. Okay. Enjoy yourself. Take out that sign. So off they go. And like I said, it takes a conditioned athlete can do the white rim in 10 or 12 hours. I think some have done it in less, but that's like world record pace with a crew. Most people do it in a couple of days or longer. And even if you are going to do it in a day, it's going to be a long day. So they leave our shop at 9 o'clock. I mean, it's like 2 hours to get from our shop to the trailhead. Like, that's how far behind they are, like, schedule-wise. Oh, breaks. So they leave at 9. That means they're going to get to the trailhead at, like, 11. And as disorganized as they were, they're probably going to get on their bikes and start riding between 11:30 and noon, right? So that means at best they would finish at midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning, 2 o'clock in the morning. It was total clown carnival. Not going to happen. But we wish them luck. They pull back into the parking lot at like 4 in the afternoon. And they take their buddy out of the back seat. And he looked like a mannequin. Just absolutely rigid. Like if you took somebody in the position that they would be in if they were riding a mountain bike and you froze them solid, like freeze tag, right? Freeze. And you just froze them in that position. That was the position he was kind of locked in. And he was sunburned. Like, I don't know if I've ever seen anybody as sunburned as this fool. And he had gone out in the desert not wearing sunscreen at noon. And so I don't know how far they made it on their white rim trip. I don't know how many of the 100+ miles they made it. I'd guess 10 or 12. But it was cool, man. They were from Wisconsin and they had an Alpha. So every time I see an Alpha, I think of those clowns, and I think of just the trouble you can get into thinking that the money that you've spent is going to solve problems. Sometimes it does, for sure, but not always. You can't buy your way out of bad sunburn. Anyway. So yeah, we'll get this other garage open, and I think by that time we'll be about 30 minutes. We'll have all the watch points open. We'll have both garages open, and I think we'll need to sort of think about where we want to go next as far as what we want to do on this map. I'm happy to like bring some logs over to the log pit with the skidder, and like figure out how to load them up. I mean, I know how to load them up, but I guess load them on camera or whatever. I haven't been doing it because it's kind of boring, but I'm happy to do that. Whatever works. But it's been kind of a YouTube day too. I'm coming up on 400 videos, and lately, like the past 2-3 weeks, my views have just gone off a cliff to the point where I have videos that get like 2 views, and one of them very often is me when I review it, and I'm not mad or anything. I'm perplexed. Because I'm pretty sure what I'm doing is like real similar to the things that I see other people doing. Now, I don't know what they're doing behind the scenes as far as like promoting themselves and, Twitter and Instagram, Facebook, things like that. I don't know what kind of network they have. But I know I know it takes time to grow a channel, but I really thought that after 9 months and almost 400 videos that I would be looking at more than like 78 subscribers and 2 views. It's a little bit disheartening, I'll be real with you. I'm looking at it as it's a turn. I'm looking at it as, it's a problem to solve. It's cool. When a problem comes along, you solve it. That's fine. But I am I have to say, I'm a bit perplexed. I mean, I know it's not all gold, but I thought it was worth more than 2 views. Two, that's a bit of a downer. So that was going on this morning as well, and I was fighting with the game, and then I was fighting with tech, and then I checked analytics, and I was like, man, I'm putting a lot of time into this. Like, why exactly? For what reason? So I just needed to find another gear, as they say. And I did. So we'll go right up here. This isn't the garage already, is it? No. Oh yeah, it is. Okay. So let's go right up here. We'll get the garage open. It's 26 minutes. That's enough time. That's enough time for a video. Let's now we've not used the bison before, so let's get the garage unlocked and let's see if we can put a crane with a cart on here, because okay, no loader at all. Log carriage, log trailer. So this rig worked well for me. In the last video, I put unavailable. Why is it unavailable? Oh, because the trailer hitch. Okay. No, don't want that. No, don't want that. So that and that gives me. Why is that there? So this. I don't know if you can hear that. So if I put that there, that is. Huh. Okay. So you can't do both. Interesting. Okay, hang on. We're going to figure this out. So is that all I can put on there then? Yeah, that is literally like the only thing that you can use. Or... Huh. Okay. I'm going to have to think about this off camera. Folks, thanks for stopping back to check out The Portable Gamer. Thanks for joining us for another episode. Oh, camera. Moment. There it is. Thanks for... Oh, camera. Come on, man. All right. Nope. Right there. Stop. Thanks for joining us for another episode of Spintires Mudrunner, and this one is from Mount Logmore. And we'll see you next time. Take care.